What's a really easy way of getting money that not enough people do? Taking advantage of an employer match on a retirement plan. Oh, I have a ton of photos, mostly from vacations, that I post to Pixabay. Also some digital vectors that I made while learning Illustrator. They can be downloaded for free, but people have the option to donate. I make about $40 per month from an account I haven't updated in at least 2 years. Edit. Most of that is paid in euros or British pounds, but also USD as well. It's hooked up to my PayPal so I can convert the currencies easily to CAD. My most popular photographs are of the northern lights, and marijuana leaves, and rattlesnakes. Using reverse image searches, I have found them on Icelandic tourism web pages, book covers, lots of these, mousepads, blog articles, and as YouTube backgrounds. It's kind of cool. Walking my neighbor's dogs. A lot of old people in my neighborhood. I make an extra $10 to $25 a day bringing along 3 to 5 dogs with my daily jog. I don't even have a dog of my own. If you're into graphic design, websites like Redbubble. A good thing about the website is that they don't close your account due to inactivity, so if your designs were a hit then it's like you're just taking in free money every month. When you go to Whole Foods, load up your bowl in the buffet area, sit down and eat it, then go and check out and say you had one buffet. They'll be so confused that they'll just ask you to leave. Source. Accidentally did this my first time to Whole Foods. Some of you really out here giving handjobs for cash and not stating your prices. In Australia it's definitely working in the construction industry, like some shifts you work can be up to $100 an hour for 12 hours. It's hard but it brings in the cash. Selling blood plasma, selling myself and saving lives. It feels good getting cash for selling my juices. I once got paid like $25 for a study. Just look up free studies, there's bound to be a couple results. Edit. Sometimes universities will pay you do things like answer questions. The one I did was a Zoom of the person asking me questions about my perceptions of some gender-based game. I got a $25 Amazon gift card for about 30 to 45 minutes of my time. Using credit cards responsibly. By rotating purchases depending on bonus categories by card, I get thousands of dollars in free money a year for things I need to purchase anyhow. As long as you pay your balances off in full every month, it's literally free money. Be at the top of the pyramid in a MLM, and when you get enough money disappear without leaving any traces, and don't forget to use a fake European name like Stefan, or Jorg, and say you are Swedish. Being an extra on TV shows. Everyone acts as if this is some secret hard thing to do, but anyone can do it. Hell, some shows find extras via Facebook pages. You show up, you film for a couple hours and you get $100 for hanging out with people plus free meals. However, don't do high-budget ones. Learn the hard way Amazon has money and they aren't afraid to use it to keep you on set with insane overtime, which is good for money but you're gonna end up with long days. I have a friend who did work as a standardized patient. Basically, you get money so that medical students can examine you as practice for when they go do medical stuff for real. It's not much, but it's honest work. If you're reading this, you probably live in a country where selling your kidney is illegal, but as far as it goes in the medical field, everybody already knows about selling parts of your body, especially plasma, in the US, which is well saturated with broke college students and the truly desperate. Being a standardized patient isn't quite as common. Read more about it on the Johns Hopkins website. https://www.hopkinsmedicine.org/simulation_center/training/standardized_patient_program/closing parenthesis. It's not typically a full-time gig, but Johns Hopkins advertises $20 an hour for literally just pretending to be sick, injured. Rates may vary. Check with your nearby medical schools. Save money by getting your food for free. The elites don't want you to know this, but the ducks at the park are free. You can take them home. Just baking bread. Find a good enough recipe, and people will beg you for it. Almost like a different thing. I mean, I did give them the first few loaves free. I enjoy how 1, maybe 2 comments are, work, or, this get rich quick scheme, and the rest are horror and crime. When you want to buy something non-essential, sit with it for a week or two. You'll avoid buying a lot of useless crap. Committing tax fraud. Selling pictures of your feet to strangers. Medical experiments are easy money. Look for final round ones that have already been tested on humans. You probably don't wanna be first cab off the rank with some of these. Hell, I saw one a while back for $1,000 for testing combined Nurofen and Panadol. I got $4,000 for a wound healing one. Left some fun little scars on my legs, but after tax got a nice laptop out of it. No overnights. Ones with extended overnight periods pay more, but they also feed you. You'll have to be a non-smoker and have no detectable drugs in your system. There are some different work-at-home jobs you can get. Transcription for one. You get an audio file and transcribe it into text, sort out who is saying what and when in the system they provide you with, and get paid around $75 for every 30 minutes transcribed. If you have low morals, there are chat operator work. You work on a platform, writing to old men from fake female profiles, and they pay €1.50 per message they send. You receive anything from 0, 10 to 0, 20 euros per message you send. This is actually a big market with sophisticated systems, but highly immoral, of course. The men agree to it by agreeing to the site's rules, yada yada, so the info about the girls being fake is printed and usually pretty easy to find in the agreement, but they just don't read it. If you write fast and have a dirty mind, you can easily produce 100 messages an hour. Not very nice to the old men though. Edit. Peels, stop assuming I only speak English and that my transcription salary is a lie. I replied to the op and wanted to help. I made the comment out of my experiences and my projects I work for, which is not in English. I will not send you direct links to any of these jobs. If you want it, it is easy to find if you need it. Please stop sending me chat requests, etc. How has nobody said donating plasma? $60 to $100 a week, at least, for donating twice a week, plus there are usually promotions. Right now at my local one, new clients can make $700 the first month by donating 8 times. The 8 sessions would on average here take about 10 hours. Takes 2 to 3 hours your first time depending on how busy your local center is, as you have to meet with the doctor and get a physical, and after that it takes like 50 minutes each session plus wait time, again depends on your local center, but usually 15 to 45 minutes. Not necessarily really easy, but I've done well for myself by being willing to work off hours in jobs that do not expect me to keep busy during downtimes. Can be stressful when it is busy since you are the only one there, but that is also great for building relationships. People will go to bat for you if you saved someone's ass at midnight when their computer crashed or whatever. A lot of people can't help needing to work regular hours, but if you don't, you can write your own ticket in some industries. My supervisor is more stressed that a mistake is going to make me quit than I am it will get me fired, since my shift is hard to fill. Well, it just so happens I have quite the opportunity for you. You see, my father is the deposed king of Nigeria. Small stuff, but recycling cans, plastic bottles is 10 cents for one where I live. I make about $20 per month doing it. Not much, but still okay. Hanging around gambling addict sessions and taking note of who will sell their possessions cheaply if they get desperate. Not sure about getting money, but you can use coupons and codes to save money on purchases. Don't pay full retail on something unless you need to. Make your money go farther. First, start with a large fortune. Literally ask for a raise. So many people don't because of pride or fear, and they're seriously missing out. Jesus, you guys are dark, but hey, $20 is $20. I'm so glad you asked. Honey, the free browser extension that searches the entire web to find you coupons so you can save as much money as possible. Testing software. Websites like usertesting.com have panels of millions of average people for companies to test their software on. It pays something like $20 for a 10 to 15 minute usability session. As long as you give it your best shot and provide quality feedback, it doesn't matter if you're tech savvy. It's all on your own too, not live sessions. Money transfer me $5,000 and I will give you $10,000 in 30 days. Laughing face. Just walk into your nearest employment agency. Say you are looking for a job on a short term and you aren't picky. And boom. You can probably start tomorrow. Work whenever you want and quit whenever you want. Life modeling for art classes. Ridiculously easy money, and they sometimes have clothed sessions as well as nude. You get paid, you get tea and biscuits, you get complimented on your body, and you get some cool art done of yourself. Being a hitman _ for legal reasons that's a joke _ This one time I got an email from a prince in Nigeria looking to share his wealth with me and needed a flight to America. Sent him my payment info. Still waiting to hear back. Definitely farming. https://youtube.be/_PDDIFXG . Flipping. Go to a yard sale or Goodwill and find stuff that sells for more on eBay. Works for getting quick money, but eBay is shady for sellers these days, so don't do it long term. Steal someone's tire and sell it on Craigslist. I use an app called StepBet and make about $10 to $20 a month just by walking the steps I typically do in a day. Everyone puts money into a pot, and at the end of your bet, anyone who met their bet goals splits the pot. Sell old stuff around your house. Scrap metal. There's not a ton of money to be made unless you can set up a huge operation, but if you have a pickup truck and passively pick up metal items that people are throwing out while you're out doing other things, it's possible to make a few $100 a month. Marketing research focus groups. Several of these in my town. Pay $50 to $150 an hour depending on the subject. Helps if you feel a key hard to find demographic. Sometimes they are really boring, other can be awesome, like tasting whiskey. Edit. You can usually only do one per month, but if you sign up for multiple you can often do a couple. Selling sperm or plasma. Sometimes it's as simple as not spending the money you have. My friend is a veteran, and apparently Target is doing 10% off for veterans. His wife is super excited about this and wants to go to Target. My friend is like, okay, what do we need from Target? And his wife says, I don't know. She is happy to save 10%, but realistically she's spending 90%, kind of. Being born to the right people. Anything is possible with a warm butthole. Investing. Even if you have just a little, it grows and you don't have to do much with it. People let money sit in a bank account with little return rate when they could be making so much more. I break into Tiffany's at midnight. Do I go for the vault? No, I go for the chandelier. It's priceless. As I'm taking it down, a woman catches me. She tells me to stop. It's her father's business. She's Tiffany. I say no. We make love all night. In the morning, the cops come and I escape in one of their uniforms. I tell her to meet me in Mexico, but I go to Canada. I don't trust her. Besides, I like the cold. 30 years later, I get a postcard. I have a son and he's the chief of police. This is where the story gets interesting. I tell Tiffany to meet me in Paris by the Trocadero. She's been waiting for me all these years. She's never taken another lover. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stashed the chandelier. Teaching for profit. As an American, I had $30,000 in school debt after leaving uni, then went abroad to teach. Got my debt taken care of after 2 years, and now after 3 more have $60,000 in the bank, despite me spending $20,000 on a master's degree. Jobs have been pretty relaxed once you figure out your boundaries. While I was getting my master's, I had only one lesson most days, but charged $120 per hour. It's kinda insane how much you can make teaching English test prep, IB English and history in Asia or online. Armed robbery. You can start small at home with the neighbors, then the corner store, and eventually move up to banks. If you're a smoker, start buying tobacco in a bag and the empty cigarette tubes to make your own. When I used to smoke, I went from paying about $5 minus 6 per pack to about $1 a pack this way. Quitting saves a ton of money, but I'm not gonna preach that because as a former smoker I know how much you get tired of hearing that. But you will be glad you quit after a month or so. Call up your cell phone, internet, cable, whatever company. Say, "Hey, I really like your service, but it's too expensive and I'm wondering if you have any discounts or special offers." 9/10 times they'll give you a discount of 10 to 30%. Fiverr.com. Like reading. People need beta readers and will pay you approximately $80 to read their, probably shitty, novel and write up your feedback. Good at proofreading, editing. That's more. That's a small slice of the things you can advertise, do there, music, programming, graphic design, etc., but freelance work isn't always hard or even hard to find. Edit. Fixed spelling of site name. Sorry about that. Class action lawsuits. Obviously people can abuse this since the majority doesn't require proof, but it is pretty crazy how many class actions affect the majority of the general public. Bot roundup in the last 5 years. Get some money here. https://top-actions.com/lawsuit-settlements/open-class-action-lawsuit-settlement/consumer-products/roundup-weed-grass-killer-class-action-settlements/closing Used 1 to 800 contacts in the last 15 years. Get some money here. https://top-class-actions.com/open-lawsuit-settlements/apparel/1-800-contact-class-action-settlement/closing. Bought 2 Town Cider in the last 4 years. Get some money here. https://top-class-actions.com/lawsuit-news/2-towns-cider-house-hard-cider-action-settlement/closing. Be sure to read the rules. Some years back, an acquaintance of mine got out of significant credit card debt with dumpster diving. They hit places like Staples and Best Buy, would get last year's SAT prep software, antivirus, tax prep when the new stuff came out, huge spindles of CDs when those were more valuable, sell it on eBay. Eventually Staples started locking their dumpster, but by that time they'd moved on to rich neighborhoods, where people would just throw out nice furniture or filing cabinets or one time a nice computer that just had a bad power supply. My brother has done it for profit and food, he's fine. He was fine at the time. Long story, you return an expensive specialty pillow to Walmart. They can't resell it for hygienic reasons, it ends up in the dumpster. He grabs it, he sells it on Craigslist. Dented space heater, same thing. New look boxes of cereal come out. Old boxes end up in the trash, breakfast for weeks. Thanks for watching. See you later.